The grieving mother of the 6-year-old boy beaten to death with a piece of lumber is speaking exclusively to ABC7. Her son's babysitter, Ernest Love, is charged with murder and torture.
Charlene Sefour's heart is crushed knowing the person she believed would take care of her son, Chance Crawford, instead caused him unimaginable pain.
He died a brutal death. It was brutal. He did not deserve to go out that way.
Yes. You did that, man. See that? There's gonna be a lot of stuff you're scared of, but it don't matter. You gotta push through it.
Love is going to face, or hate is going to face maximum sentence, 32 years to life plus 5 years, convicted in all charges. In the Christian churches, we're supposed to protect the kids, not titles, not a main title. Listen, I don't care who you are, if you're a pastor, if you've already seen multiple examples. Robert Morris, just the last one. We don't hold people accountable. We don't hold them to the standard. I don't care what kind of prophet he was. He's going to hell right now. He made that decision. I found this video, found this horrible story where it involves the church, and that's exactly why I'm going to talk about this, because how do I say this? The church has to get better at identifying. Just because we have lack of discerning for people, not just because somebody actually says something nice to us, we are going to believe everything they say. And it has to be proven. Years of proof to maybe trust somebody with the life of my kids, in my case, right? The life of my daughters. As you guys know, I already said it multiple times, I don't allow my daughters to go on sleepovers, except for 2 people. And these people are, I love them, and I know them for years, and they have kids too. They have daughters too. And I know their husbands. I know I have a good relationship with their husband. I have a relationship with my sisters, the wives. Those 2 people are my sister-in-law's house and my sister from another mother, Rosie and Sam. And they are the only ones who can actually, my daughters can actually spend time and, without us being around. That's for sure. That's it. Anybody else, anybody from school, like, nope. But that doesn't actually mean we are going to stop trusting people. I want to make sure I do my due diligence and read, make sure what's around my daughters, it's going to be safe. If I go to church, I want to make sure, and I have the peace of mind that the church has done their diligence in doing a background check in every single person who's volunteering, maybe working for the ministry, you name it. Any single way possible, we can actually make sure everybody is accountable. Let's do it. I'm all for it. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Let's go to the video first so you guys can see what's going on. It's super sad. I'll be honest with you. I cried when I read this article, when I saw this video, and because I have daughters. So it was deep. All right. Let's watch this.
The grieving mother of the 6-year-old boy beaten to death with a piece of lumber is speaking exclusively to ABC7. Her son's babysitter, Ernest Love, is charged with murder and torture. Orange County reporter David Gonzalez has the heartbreaking story.
I was genuinely blindsided. I trusted him with my son.
Charlene Sefour's heart is crushed knowing the person she believed would take care of her son, Chance Crawford, instead caused him unimaginable pain.
He died a brutal death. It was brutal. He did not deserve to go out that way.
Yes. You did that, man. See that? There's gonna be a lot of stuff you're scared of, but it don't matter. You gotta push through it.
Okay.
This is one of the many videos Ernest Lamar Love sent to Chance's mom anytime he babysat.
He came in my son's life just as a male figure. He taught him things. He helped him overcome certain fears that my son had.
But on August 30th, Sephora's life began to crumble after she dropped Chance off at Love's barbershop in Placentia before heading off to work at St. Joseph's Hospital. Later that night, Love called to tell her he was rushing Chance to the hospital.
He did tell me that he was doing jumping jacks. He had him working out and he fell and hit his head. And that's what's hard for me.
So it seems the context is that I think she works in St. Jude's Hospital, and she had a nanny, the guy babysitting the kid multiple times. The story is like this. You guys gonna see it, but the context is like she left him. She left the kid. Spend the night. Oh my gosh, I don't understand. Oh my gosh, not that I understand. I understand the context is just simply that in my head is like I understand the situation. She's a single mom. The dad is not around. I think there's somewhere a video somewhere that shows the dad that he's speaking, and I was like, dude, where are you, bro? It's sad.
Me, because I believed him when he told me.
Here, let me just
Prosecutors say Love had beat the
Because I believed him.
And that's
What's hard for me, because I believed him when he told me.
Prosecutors say Love had beat the 6-year-old with a piece of lumber for wetting his pants at a park, then poured hydrogen peroxide on the open wounds and forced him to exercise until he collapsed.
How could you do this to a child? Like, it doesn't warrant what happened.
Love, who went by Azariah, was part of Amazing Church in Lake Elsinore as a minister and prophet.
He did the right
Minister and prophet. Leave the titles around. Leave the titles alone. Get them out of your life. You're not a prophet. You're not a minister. How can you be a minister? And this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. We're supposed to protect the kids. That is our priority in the Christian world. In the Christian churches, we're supposed to protect the kids, not titles. We are supposed to protect the kids, not the title, not a main title. Listen, I don't care who you are. If you're a pastor, if you've already seen multiple examples, Robert Morris, just the last one. What happened when he was 21 years old? He took advantage of a girl. She was a young girl. She was 12 years old. I made a video about it. Go watch it. We don't hold people accountable. We don't hold them to the standard what God is asking everybody to hold themselves. I don't care what kind of prophet he was. He's going to hell right now. He made that decision. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
things. He helped people move. He helped give advice. Like he's, helped people, start businesses.
But
my problem is like the leadership. Come on. Who is going to do a background check on this dude? Because apparently this guy was already in jail for kids abuse. Who is going to do the background check on this guy just because he knows how to speak, just because he knows how to say good things, just because he knows the word of God doesn't mean the word of God is in him. I'm so mad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so mad. I'm so upset because people like this take advantage of single mothers, like the mom, hurt mom right there. She's hurt. She is devastated. She doesn't have her kid anymore. Can we forgive? Of course we need to be forgiven. But we need to hold people accountable. Churches, you guys are letting slide things that it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be part of your, I'm just going to calm down. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be automatic. If I go and start working for a church, they need to make a background check on me. I'm okay with that because I had nothing to hide. But if you see red flags, oh no, he's not gonna be able to do a background check. It was like, oh, I don't know, like he was not supposed to. I guess he used to work also with kids around. Like, how in the world?
He had been suspended from his roles due to inappropriate behavior with women. They never suspected he would be capable of doing what he's accused of.
We poured so
He has a moral issue. What the heck? What in the world?
much into him, and he failed us. He failed us.
He didn't fail you. He failed God. He failed literally. You saw the signs. You saw the red flags. Why does it have to be this way? Why does it have to go to this point where he's like, oh, we should have, we could have, yet you didn't?
Our faith. He failed us. He failed Charlene.
Most importantly, they say he failed Chance. Chance died on Tuesday after being declared brain dead and taken off life support.
I want justice for my son because he did not deserve that.
This is just an absolutely heartbreaking story. Now Chance's mother is urging other single mothers out there to be extra vigilant as to who watches their children so something like this never ever happens to them.
Prosecutors accuse Love of beating Love. His last name should be like Hate. Prosecutors accuse Hate of beating the first grader with the piece of lumber, then pouring hydroperoxide on the open wounds before forcing the boy to do push-ups, sit-up, and jumping jacks until he collapsed. Love allegedly beat the boy after the first grader wet his pants at a local park just because. I'm just gonna calm down right now because I'm really, really upset. He needs to be persecuted to the full extent of the law. Period. You have consequences. I was just teaching my daughter today about consequences. My daughters, not only one daughter. I'm teaching consequences to my daughters. I'm teaching them that what you do have consequences, good or bad. Period. What this man right here, obviously he hasn't learned his lesson, is that he needs to be persecuted to the full extent of the law. I don't give a crap about if he's a minister or prophet. Sorry, guys. I'm so upset. I'm really upset right now. Really upset. I was crying when I saw this, but right now it's just like that anger in me, that protective instinct of a father that a lot of people don't have. They're cowards. That's what they are. They're cowards. And they take advantage, like the poor mother who's crying for her kid right now. And they take advantage of people. They take advantage of women. Hate is accused of carrying crack for. I'm not going to say he's Love. Unconscious and struggling to breathe into the ER at Children's Hospital at Orange County at 1:30 in the morning. Sick man. Doctors discovered that much of Chance's flesh was missing. Love is going to face, or Hate is going to face maximum sentence of 32 years of life, 32 years to life plus 5 years, and convicted in all charges. Words do not exist to describe the absolute terror this little boy was forced to endure at all hands of someone who was supposed to be protecting him, not torturing him to death. No child deserves to get treated like this. I am mad. I'm super upset. I'm sorry I'm displaying my the way I feel right now. this shouldn't happen. Starting from the church. The church should have seen the red flags. The church leadership should have seen the red flags, not putting this guy on top. That's why I'm always going to say this. Just because somebody literally just say something nice to your ear, something nice to you, doesn't mean that guy or that person, either a woman or man, deserves a leadership position at church. You need to do better. Leaders, you need to go read the red flags. That's why we have to make sure, and even actually Paul says it in I think it's in First Timothy, that we need to make sure we test. I think it's First Timothy. We need to test the leadership. We need to test the people. Why? Because that's how we're going to know how they are. That's how we're going to know who they are. And also, we have background checks. We have tools that we can use to protect the kids, not a ministry. Who cares about your ministry? Who cares about your name? Who cares about who you bring to preach on Sunday? If you don't do the basic stuff, none of this matter. To my friend pastors, that's why wolves like this guy dress as sheep, and they take advantage of the people, or they take advantage of single mother. They take advantage of single people. They take advantage of kids. That's why we need to do our diligence. Directors, pastors, leadership, red flags are all over the place. It doesn't matter if you know this person for so many years. Make sure, if you know them for the last 10 years, and he's like 50 years old, so you know them for maybe 10 years. That's going to be when he was 40 years old. So that means he has a past that you don't know nothing about. Make sure he's okay to be around your kids. Make sure that person, it's okay to be around your kids. My wife was so infatuated to do a background check on every single person who was in every single room while she was actually a children's director in the church that we used to serve. She enforced this. There was nobody there who can actually there was nobody inside of those rooms with the kids that didn't have a background check. Period. So mad. Sorry, I'm saying this. I'm so mad. I don't know what to say. I'll be honest with you. But there's no Bible verse that I can actually come up with right now. It's just simply that the only thing I can say this. At the end of the day, we have to forgive. We have to forgive. But we can actually act in holy anger. And this is something that me as a dad, I will not tolerate. I will not put my hands on this man. I wouldn't. But I will actually let the law persecute him. I think 32 years. Hopefully he's alive in prison, to be honest with you. Does he deserve grace? Yes. Can he find grace in jail? Of course. I've been in jail. Not myself, just because I had to go. I visited some people over there. I visited inmates there because there was actually a program for Christmas last year, and I was part of the program, and I was leading worship, and I sang it, and I preached to the men and women over there. So there's a lot of people, and it's a funny thing because when I gave my testimony about the sexual abuse me and my brother went through, there was some women, and when I was talking to the women, there was some women that were laughing right there, and I kind of stopped. What I was saying, and I just went directly to them and I said, is there anything funny you guys can share? If you guys want to share what's funny, because I don't think nothing about taking the babies, taking kids' innocence, it's funny. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about that. There's nothing funny about playing with kids' innocence. I don't even know what to say, I'll be honest. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So mad. I didn't know I was gonna be. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I didn't know I was gonna get this way. But the only thing I can say is we have to do better. Anybody, it doesn't matter if it's a friend of the family. It doesn't matter if it's anybody. Please protect your kids. Protect your kids at all cost. Protect them from anybody. Keep an eye on them. I'm sorry for this mom. I'm sorry for her because she's a single mom. She has to go to work. She has to provide. She has no reason to provide for anybody right now. I don't blame her. I just pray for this mom. Pray for the mom. Pray for the situation. Pray for even for this man too. I'm not gonna say no. For us, you know. As much as I am upset with this guy, I need to pray for him too for forgiveness and so he can find grace. Yet, he needs to pay for his consequences. He needs to face his consequences, just like everybody else. All right, put your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, hit the notification button, like this video. We'll see you next time.